Kurt Sutter, you legend. Welcome to the IMDb show.
Wow, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Huge Sons of Anarchy fan. Let's talk about that new show.
Yes.
What is Mayans MC all about?
It's based on what started out as the Sun's adversary.
Keeping this from the club, it erodes trust. And inside this current crucible, it's very dangerous.
And it's not a political show, but it's about Mexican Americans living on the border, facing the challenges that Mexican Americans face, whether they're, in the outlaw community or the civilian community.
I might walk out of this building and take a bullet to the head.
I brought in this great writer, Elgin James, who co-created it with me. Elgin's a bit of a melting pot culturally and comes from the outlaw world. So I have his influences. My staff is all people of color and women. I surrounded myself with the creatives to help me keep that world real.
Use the phone. Confirm it if you like.
Okay, so as someone that's watching it episode by episode, the season finale is coming up. Kurt, give me something.
I would say that the finale,
there
will be a significant Suns intersection.
Talk to me. I just want a little bit more.
That's all I'm giving you.
Okay, fine. A significant Suns
intersection, yes, between mythologies.
I'm with it.
I didn't think I was hiding anything.
Where did your first love of motorcycles come from?
I started riding my early 20s, and I basically bought a motorcycle. I would get up at 4 o'clock every morning, and then I would ride.
Right.
There was nobody on the street, and basically taught myself how to ride, and then came cross country on it. To me, it was, and still is, the most enjoyable way to get from point A to point B.
For sure.
All in favor?
And then the transition from motorcycles to motorcycle club culture.
I've been fascinated with the world, but from an outsider's perspective, right? And then I was approached by Art and John Linson. John had a lot of friends in the world. They didn't have a story, they didn't have life rights. They just intuitively had a sense that this is a world that people would want to see.
You think that matters? It impacts my business.
Do you get positive reinforcement from all motorcycle club members that you meet? Do they love, hate? What's the deal? How they react?
I would say it's both. Their response was like, yeah, it's a soap opera, but it's our soap opera.
There you go.
You know what I mean? And I thought like, oh, that's cool. There's like ownership.
Right.
And I realized those are the people who would watch it more than once to get every nuance to make sure we were getting it right.
No matter what it looks like, it's all we got, right?
Is there a genre that we'd be surprised if you wanted to write?
I've tried to write, I love comedy. I used to do stand-up, and I put a lot of humor in my scripts. But every time I just try to start up, write a comedy, somebody's always dead by page 15. It's just not funny. So now I just incorporate it into whatever it is I'm doing.
To show what our hands can do together.